I'm sitting here with Danny and Alex, whose new EP, Grand Slam Thank You Ma'am, has just been released. Mm-hmm. Fellas, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Will.
I'm so good.
Excited about the EP?
Beyond.
Couldn't be more excited.
Well, let me tell you, the world is excited. The response has just been stellar. And we're here to ask you some questions about some of the tracks.
Let's do it.
Before we start, I would like to say that the EP was more of a home run than a grand slam. That's just my personal belief.
I mean, that's what a critic said.
Or a hole in one. I mean, either
he said more of a
touchdown.
Touchdown is what I'm looking for. Okay. Not good with the sports terms, as you know.
Sorry.
Fellas, let's not get into semantics here. We all know it's a hit.
Well, if you say so.
Thank you.
If you say so.
Well, I had some questions about some of the tracks on the EP.
Hit us with it.
Well, excuse me for asking, but Mrs. Mache, now that's one hot little number. And I was wondering if there was any real-life inspiration for the lyrics.
Danny?
Everything we write comes from real life. Wouldn't you say?
I would be hard-pressed to find one non-fiction piece in one of our songs. And I mean,
we just don't do it as a
truth,
rule.
Fellas.
As a rule. Anyway, Mrs. Mache is a lovely little ditty about a woman. She was really a woman when I was a child. She was my teacher in 3rd grade.
But she taught you many things, right?
She taught me a lot more than academics.
ABCs, spelling.
Yep.
And she really improved your grammar, I believe. And
I think so, too.
Punctuation, too.
But she taught me so much more, if I can say so. I mean, she taught me about love, about trust, about lust.
Never keep secrets from your friends. Right.
She did say that once. She did say that. And I never forgot it.
And she also said that you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your friend's seat, because if you pick your friend's seat, they're going to get jealous because now they're sitting next to somebody else, right?
He remembers everything.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
That kind of feeling came up a few years later.
Speak on it.
About how I used to feel about her, because, she was really my awakening. My, in a certain kind of
way. A knowledge-based awakening.
No, more of below the belt kind of deal.
Are we speaking
medically?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Anatomically.
Sounds like you two had some chemistry.
Yeah.
You could say that.
I would say that.
You could say that for sure.
Well, fellas, I've got questions about the next track, 4-4. Now, what a fantastic song this is. Talk to me about it. Where did that come from?
So all you need to know about 4-4 is do this with me. You got a nice little stomp. You got a nice little clap. Now count with me.
2, 3, 4.
And that's 4-4.
2.
We're talking about the beat. We're talking about the backbone of music.
It's a love letter to music.
It's a love letter because, there's nothing more. Well, I can think of a few things, but there's nothing more that Danny loves more than music.
There's a few things, but at the core, it's music. And at the core of music itself
is the backbone.
Is the
2 and 4.
And you're always counting. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Common time. And that's really what the song is about.
And just a little side note, I don't really like the first 46 and a half seconds of the song because that's when Danny's singing.
Right.
If you skip to the second verse, that's when my voice cuts in. Yeah. And it's a little bit more, it's more of a low, ballsy tenor. It's got this more husky, deep NPR kind of tone to it, and I think that's what the fans really want.
And the first half kind of has a lilting. Is that the word, lilting? It's kind of a heavenly. It's kind of a heavenly what's the soprano?
It's annoying. It's got a nasality thing to it.
I don't know about annoying, but it's different strokes. But it's
a love letter to music. That's what I'd like to say about that one. And don't forget the little lesson of right.
How could we? How could we?
Wow. So neat. I was wondering where that beefy tenor came from.
That's from me.
That's this guy right here.
Not a lot of people know that, but I am a singer. I am with sing.
He's a really good singer.
Well, not to change the subject too hastily, but I wanted to ask you about the track Laundry. Now, that is a delightful tune that's just so reminiscent of old hits from years gone by.
That's a great
yesteryear.
That's a great way to put it.
Yesteryear is what I meant.
It's got a yesteryear song.
See, that was an homage to Tide. That's what I have to say about that one. It was an homage to Tide.
See, personally for me, I thought it was an homage to yesteryear. And that's what we were going for, kind of a yesteryear vibe.
I think you both are wrong because none of us in this room actually wrote that one. That was your uncle, right, Danny?
Okay, yeah. Well, it's only appropriate for a song about closure to end so abruptly.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'd like to ask you about the next track. Hold up, let me grab my copy back here.
Sure.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
take your time.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yes. Who's Smoking You Out?
Of course.
Now, I do have to say that this is a delightful, dreamy hit, so reminiscent of doo-wop ballads from years past. But I do have one concern, though.
Yeah.
Is this going to have some sort of negative effect on the younger listeners?
See, I don't think so because a lot of people think that it is THC friendly, but it's actually about CBD, if you will.
CBD, really. CBD oil for dogs.
For dogs. It's not really a human consumption thing. It's more of a canine, feline friendly song.
See, the thing is, I was at a party. We can all relate to this. And you're seeing guys pass around their CBD oil for dogs, and they're passing it to girls, and they're passing it to guys, and it's all just
But it's not. I mean, that's not what we're really about in this band.
No, that's not. We do not condone the use of dog CBD oil
On humans. For human consumption.
on humans. Dogs are fine. It's made for dogs. Hence the name. CBD oil.
CBD, exactly. So, your question is, what kind of effect will it have on today's youth? And I think my answer is none effect.
Well,
None.
a good effect on the canine youth. I'll say that.
Okay, so good for the kids and good for the pups.
I think so. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, to close out this interview, I'd just like to ask you one more question.
Hit us with it.
If somebody wanted to listen to Grand Slam, Thank You Ma'am, where exactly would they find it?
See, a lot of people are prone to think that we're going to post about it online and make mock interviews that aren't really all that funny with our friends. But
That's not our.
that's not our style.
That's not our bag.
That's not what we do. We don't
would
try
say
and,
that?
We don't try and create a lot of
You'd be
hoopla
surprised.
out of nothing. Our fan base is homegrown. It's natural. It's not.
And
hyped
it's not
up.
there either.
We don't spend any money
No.
advertising anything,
And we have no
So to
fans.
answer your question, it's not online. Where is it, Dan? I mean, Westchester and Haines, Pinellas Park.
No, it's in Tampa. It's
Tampa.
we have a little shack that we've rented out where we hand out homemade cassette tapes of the 4 songs, and we have a lovely guy there, Raul.
I thought
He
his
has-
name was Reggie. You have to ask for Reggie.
No, I think it's Raul.
They fired Raul. You have to ask for Reggie.
did they? Yeah.
And you'll get a 2-for-1. We're a real organic, homegrown band. DNA. I mean, it's in our blood. It's in our chromosomes, if you will. But
That's also the name of our fans, Chromosomes.
yes, if that makes any sense.
Well, let me tell you, after listening to this EP, I'm guaranteeing that both of you have one extra chromosome.
Wow, this has been fun. This has been really fun.
What a pleasure it's been talking to Danny and Alex. I mean DNA
Don't worry
with their
about it.
brand
It's
new
fine.
EP,
Thank you.
Grand Slam, Thank You Ma'am, available in a shack.
Ask for Reggie.
Yes,
Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida. All right, it's been delightful.